Don't worry about the school. I don't care if it take 50 years to build the school. I can promise you one thing. I don't care if it take 100 years to build the school. I can promise you one thing. I don't care if it take another 2 years to build the school. I can promise you one thing. I don't care if it take another 1 year to build the school. I can promise you one thing. And guess what that one thing is? Guess what I can promise you? Shout out to all my true Dr. Umar supporters out there. Shout out to all my true Dr. Umar supporters who've been holding me down through the years. I appreciate y'all. So many fake ones out there, you can't tell the real ones. So many fake ones out there, you can't tell the real. So for those of y'all who really hold me down, the youth, the college students, the elders, the brothers, the sisters, conscious folk, regular folk, Christians, Muslims, Hebrews, Moors, Pan-Africanists, socialists, integrationists who hold me down, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, brothers and sisters. I appreciate y'all. Somebody said, why don't he follow anybody on social network? Let me tell you why I don't follow anybody on social network. Let me tell you why the most requested black scholar in the world doesn't follow anyone on social network. It's because I don't have time. I don't have time. We're only given a certain amount of time on this planet, and I intend to make mine work for the benefit of African people. I don't have time to follow you on Twitter. I don't have time to follow you on Facebook. I don't have time to follow you on Instagram because I'm too busy trying to create a new reality for our children. I'm too busy helping parents keep their children out of special ed. I'm too busy conducting psychological evaluations. I'm too busy reviewing paperwork. I'm too busy raising the consciousness, writing books to transform the consciousness, organizing our people, getting FDMG ready. I am too busy. That's why I don't follow. And let me be honest. Let me be honest. Most of us are not talking about anything that's worth my time anyway on social network. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Let us be honest. Most of you are not producing content that is relevant to the revolution. Follow you for what? What are you doing that requires me to follow you? Are you trying to build an institution like I am? No, you're not. You're gossiping about each other, slandering, minding my business 24 hours a day. Every day I wake up, somebody is talking about me on YouTube. Every day I wake up, somebody is talking about me on YouTube, and it's not positive most of the time. And it's not positive most of the time. If every parent I've ever helped, if every black child's parent that I've ever saved did a 5-minute testimonial on YouTube, we could shut down the hate. If every child I saved parent would do a 5-minute testimonial on how Dr. Umar helped them save their child, a 2-minute testimonial on YouTube about how I helped you save your child, we could shut the haters down, but y'all won't do that. Y'all won't do that. Y'all entertained by the nonsense. It reminds me of Brother El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz, Malcolm X, child of the Garvey movement, child of Garvey UNIA officer parents. While Malcolm X was out there fighting for the people, putting his life on the line for the people, the black community knew that Brother Malcolm was being stalked by enemies and haters and agents. They knew it. They knew he had 5 girls and a wife at home, but guess what? Few people stood up and said, you know what? Since Malcolm is fighting for the people, we're going to stand up and fight for Malcolm. Only a few people came to Malcolm's side. Most of us stood by and let them harass that brother, threaten that brother, and ultimately take his life. We didn't do nothing about it. We didn't do nothing about it. And so now we're going through the same thing with Dr. Umar on a lower scale. on a lower scale, we're going through the same thing. Dr. Umar fighting for our kids. He's building a school. And instead of us chin checking his haters, instead of us shutting down the hate movement, we rather watch it and be entertained with popcorn and soda pop. We rather watch it and be entertained with popcorn and soda pop. So I got to fight to save our kids, and I got to fight off the coons at the same time. Because we don't believe in protecting those who fight for us. Y'all want to be entertained. Black people want to be entertained, brothers and sisters. Don't worry about the school. I don't care if it take 50 years to build the school. I can promise you one thing. I don't care if it take 100 years to build the school. I can promise you one thing. I don't care if it take another 2 years to build the school. I can promise you one thing. I don't care if it take another 1 year to build the school. I can promise you one thing. And guess what that one thing is? Guess what I can promise you? Guess what I can promise you right now with 100% certainty? Whether it takes another year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years, I can promise you one thing for certain. I can promise you this, that I will have an institution up and running before any of my haters do. I promise you I will have an institution up and running before anybody else in the conscious community will. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Whenever it comes, it will be before yours come. Whenever it comes, it will be before anybody else does it. I promise you that. So I don't care how long it takes. If it's taking too long, go build it. Go build a school there. Go build one yourself. If you feel that way, go build a school yourself. But you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You want to sit around and wait for everybody else to do all the work and then criticize them while they're doing it. Getting mad at him because y'all not donating enough money. Now, we don't want to take no responsibility for that. We're going to blame you. We out here Christmas shopping. We out here spending billions of dollars on Christmas gifts. But I got to go get these Jordans. I got to go get this hair. I got to go get this Gucci, this Louis. I got to get this laptop. Schools is destroying black boys, but that's not important. That's not important. Once again, thank you to the supporters. Thank you to the supporters. Thank you to the supporters. Thank you to the queens, the kings, the alphas, the conscious empresses.
None of this smoke for the police at all. All these deaths and murders, they had none of this smoke for the police who kill their own people, but they'll tear down one black man for tweeting a DVD just to show their loyalty to their oppressor. I'm telling you, black men better start coming up with some consequences. We better start coming up with some consequences because it's getting out of hand. These house Negroes are getting out of hand. They are getting out of hand, and we got to put them back in place.